Okay, hello students. So for this week, one important concept is that about the map reading skills and the database questions on your supplementary exercise that I have attached as the attachment for you this week. And this week you need to do you need to learn how to do page 21 for the skills of the database questions on the photo evidence and the map. So here, whatever I highlight or I write as the notes, please also circle, highlight and write on your note sheet. On your supplementary exercise, or if you don't have it, use a soft copy as the reference and copy it down on a notebook or note sheet that you have. So let's see the questions. This is a long-weighted map reading questions. First of all, it asks you to refer to figure 8b. Figure 8b, so highlight 8b, don't mess up the figure. Change the scale on the map to statement scale. So right here in the 8b, you could see the scale here. So you put a ruler down the line here. You could find that 1 cm equals to 10 meter on this map. So this is what we call the statement scale. Statement scale. So it means we write the scale as a statement. Write it clearly. And by the way, if you cannot see these two pictures clearly, you can turn your book to page 53, or I have attached the soft copy of the book for you. So on page 53, you could find these two pictures more clearly. And 1b, calculate the width of the row section X. And remember, okay, use another color of pen, show your steps. When you see show your steps means you need to write the process of your calculation. So let's move to X. So here, the width here, use a ruler, put a ruler down here. You should measure 0.6. The width should be 0.6 meter. And because our scale is 10 meter, 1 cm to 10 meter, so you can use 10 times 0.6, the scale on the map, and this distance that you measure on the map is 0.6, and times them together equals to 6 meter. So the width of the road on the section X in actual distance should be 6 meter. Okay, so for question number 2, what urban problems are there in the place? And you need to give the evidence from the photo and the map. So from the photo here and the map here. So first of all, before we look at the answer, let's observe the picture. So you can see, according to the figure 8.8a, part A, figure part A, you could see there are the shops and restaurants at the down floor, ground floor here, and on the top of those shops and restaurants, you could see the residential areas, right? The buildings for people to live. And you can think, if you are living in here, what would you be suffering? You could see a lot of people here lying for the restaurant, chatting, shouting, yelling, okay, attracting people to buy their food, buy their things in the shops and restaurants. So it will lead to a very big noise pollution. And you could see there are a lot of cars or the trunks sending the products to the restaurant and the shops. So this will lead to air pollution as well from the car or from the trunks. So for the first urban problem, you could write down pollutions. So because very important, write down according to figure 8a. So you could see there are shops and restaurants, as I mentioned, at the ground floor or the lower floors. And the upper floors, you could find the residential units that for people to live. And this will lead to the air and the noise pollutions. So first one, the urban problems is pollutions. And for more description of the problems, I mean the urban problems, you could always refer back to your textbook. So this will be on your textbook. Okay, wait. Let me turn on the textbook on page 52. Okay, page 52. Right? So let's see any other problems. So after seeing the figure 8a, let's move to 8b. So for 8b, you can see actually this is one building somewhere here. So you can see the building. They are really packed, right? So they are closely packed with each other. So the second problem we can see from figure 8b, that is from the map, is the buildings are closely packed. So it refer or reflect the urban problems of a crowded living condition. A very crowded living condition. And this one you can refer to your book, page 49. Page 49, the subtitle is the crowded living condition. So let's continue. And apart from very packed living condition, very packed houses, closely packed buildings, you could see that the road, okay, you can see the main road here are actually very narrow. Imagine here is only 6 meters. 6 meters is approximately like 3 doors, the height of 3 doors. So actually one car is roughly equals to 1 door. So here is quite narrow, as you could also see on figure 8a. 咁呢度6米呢，其實喺條路度呢，就都係比較窄嘅，基本上可能係2架車2條，即係來回線咁樣2架車已經霸咗一條路啦。咁變咗其實佢嗰個你俾個空間佢排污啦，都係非常之難嘅。咁然後可以容納嘅車輛都好少啦。So only a few cars could exist at the same time on the road in this area, as you can observe from figure 8b. So the next problem will be the traffic congestions. Because according to figure 8b, the streets are narrow and the width of the road section X is just 6 meters. So this is the evidence you can show from your map reading, okay, from the calculation you got in 1b. So what else? So one very important idea that leads to the problem in the old urban area will be the facilities, right? As you can see in this map, no park, no playgrounds, okay, no open areas or no open facilities for the residents living here. So imagine if you are living in some places that are without those parks, without the playgrounds, you will be super bored, right? Especially now you can experience the boredness because you are at home, you can't go anywhere. So if no recreation facilities, it will be quite tough to live. So you could see from figure 8b, no parks, no playgrounds are found nearby, and it means there are only little open space. And this is actually referring or reflecting the urban problem of the urban decay. So a very quick revision for the urban decay, and you can refer back to your book page 50 about the urban decay. So some major characteristics here include, you can find a very old urban area. Okay, let me pick it here. Okay, old urban area, and the buildings are very old and in a very poor condition. At the same time, the streets are narrow. And most importantly, in this point is there are very little open space and very few community facilities. Okay, so this is a very quick revision for the concept of urban decay on page 50 of your book. And for the traffic congestions, for the more detailed information of it, okay, just a very quick revision in this chart, you can refer back to page 51 on your textbook. So one kind reminder here, whenever you see the keywords of the urban problems, always give back the keywords of the subtitles from page 49 to page 53, so you can find, okay, such as on page 49, crowded living conditions, page 50, urban decay, page 51, traffic congestions, and page 52, the pollution. So here, all are the urban problems. So when you see the urban problems, please give me back this 1, 2, 3, 4, one of the keywords, and with the relevant photo and map evidence. If the questions ask you to provide some evidence, always refer back to the questions. All right. So this will be how do you answer the questions on page 21 of your supplementary exercise, and you learned the skills of how to use the photo and the map evidence. Okay, so if you have any problems, you can circle your answer or circle the questions and ask me by email, or when the class resumes, you can ask me in person. Thank you.